Hello and welcome. This is It's Always About Love, and I'm Lee Evans. I'm here with psychotherapist Lynn Lara. Lynn has been in private practice for many years, and today she brings all of that experience and wisdom to help you. We are here to offer you answers to all your relationship questions. It's truly our desire to help you and make what you learn from this podcast usable in your life right now. Do you have a concern, a question, or a comment? Email us at alwaysaboutLove1@gmail.com. Now, let's get started. Are you there, Lynn?
I am, Lee.
Well,
I'm
good.
here. How are you, honey?
I'm good.
How
How
come?
was your weekend? Well, how come? I was going to get you first this time. Because it's Monday, and my power went out today, and I thought, how are we going to do this? But the power came on probably 30 minutes before we were set to record. Sorry, part of my mic fell apart. I just replaced it.
Do you want to start over again?
Oh, no. That's good.
Okay. I read you sent me a note saying that your power had been off and then it came back on just in the nick of time. And that's really nice.
It is.
I call that a miracle.
Yes, that is a miracle.
Let's just meditate and be quiet.
Okay.
I'm kidding.
Meditation is good.
So, what's up today?
Well, today we are talking about the inner child.
Mm-hmm.
And it had to do with email that we received from Sarah. And we were talking about the back walking away. And I was going to ask you to clarify that, maybe to give us a couple examples of the back walking away.
Okay. The back walking away is where we do not see the person that we're involved with. We don't see their face. All we see is them creating distance between us.
Okay.
Well, in other words, they're not coming toward us, being intimate, wanting to make the relationship a good one. They're going the other direction. Would that be called a metaphor?
Maybe so.
Maybe. I don't know, but I may have just said something brilliant. Oh, I think it's so nice that your power came back on, babe, because we wouldn't have been able to do this.
I know.
And sit and ponder great things about the world, like the back walking away. The back walking away is just kind of painting a picture. And cup, see, we can when we're doing it, like in the movie, in the videos we're going to be doing, it'll be easy to show you. But cup your hand, your right hand, right now, Lee.
Okay.
Kind of cup it and face it going toward the right, walking away, going toward the right. And now take your left hand and cup it toward the person who's walking away, and have your left hand follow in a cupping hand way. Are you able to understand what I'm saying?
You're looking at the back of the hand.
Right. Yes. That's the metaphor for the back walking away. Now, turn your right hand around, and now you have two people facing each other.
Right.
Okay? So they're both available. I mean, it's not real, but it's just a way to explain to yourself what's going on. So turn the right hand again, facing, going away from the left hand, and have the left hand follow close behind. And it's a dysfunctional relationship. In other words, there's no intimacy in that relationship. But when the back walking away, the right hand turns around and faces the left hand, who is the person that's wanting intimacy, then they stand a chance at being together.
Oh. So is it possible that some relationships or between people, you have someone that wants intimacy and then they wind up with someone that doesn't want to be intimate?
Lots and lots and lots of relationships are just like that. And men, especially, pride themselves in not being available. Okay, now bring your right hand up, just up, so that it's a little bit above your head, not over your head, but this is, and now the left hand is down underneath,
right.
A foot and a half lower.
Okay.
And that's another way. The right hand portrays the person who's in control in this relationship. And the left hand is the person who is being controlled. It's just a way of saying, look at this. I see that this is what you're doing right now. If you're counseling, or it's a good way to show people what they're up to.
To help them to visualize what's going on.
Yeah, but also to show you, or the person, that's wondering about this. What's happening in my relationship? I may flip both my hands out and say, look, this is what you're doing. And they see it right away. Just an easy way of dealing with things.
That's interesting. See, so I should have realized that in the beginning when I was with mine, because I was always looking at his back. He was always going somewhere all the time.
Right. He was not available to you.
No. Always doing, always going away. That's what I saw. Always his back. I never saw his face.
You always saw his back.
Me. Yeah, always.
See, and it's really clear. A silly example like that isn't so silly. Right. It's really clear for you to see what was happening. And you were the front, the left hand.
Correct.
Wanting closeness. How can you be close to somebody who's a back walking away all the time? This, by the way, if you want to read more about it, all of you, I'm sure it's in Pia Melody's book called Facing Love Addiction. Yep. It's a good book.
Well, one thing that brought it home to me more so, and now that you're saying that, it totally identifies it, but I was constantly, I guess like you said, with, the back walking away and me wanting to be intimate, but I never had really any contact with my family because I've always lived really distant from my family, like across the United States. But my sister and her husband came to visit, and I knew that they had been having problems previously, a couple years before, but when they came to visit, everywhere she went, he would be, or wherever he was at, he would look to see where she was at, and anywhere she sat down, he would sit down right next to her. Mm-hmm. If she got up, he'd get up. If she went over to somewhere else, he would go over there to where she was at. I noticed that he would hold her hand. When he sat by her, he put his arm around her.
What became of their relationship?
It turned around completely.
What does that mean?
That means that when I had first talked to her before I had seen them, she told me that she was wanting to leave him. But I told her if he hadn't hit you, this was my way of thinking back then, If he isn't physically violent to you after you did something that in our world would have caused physical violence, I said, you've got a winner right there. And so anyway, she decided to stay with him.
Uh-huh.
Staying with him, I never realized what the relationship was like because I had never been around them until they came to visit, and I visually saw how he would go to where she was at, make a physical attempt to be intimate, close, take her places. You could tell they were connected. And she was reciprocating in the same way. They were a couple, which was really good.
So they were both facing each other.
Correct. But it made me realize that their relationship was miles ahead of mine. Because mine was not like that. There was nothing like that happening at all. Mm-hmm. And that's when I saw that there was something not right.
Mm-hmm.
But up to that point, I didn't have a clue.
Okay. Oh, yeah. That must have been hard.
It was very hard because I always thought I knew everything. But now I know I had a back walking away.
Yeah, except, listen, the person who's facing the back walking away, I mean, why? Why is that person doing that? They're not accepting that the back walking away does not want intimacy. And they're trying to create, I was making it sound as if the person who's facing the back walking away and following them around, that's not a good thing.
Right, it's not.
It's suffocating.
Yeah.
And it's low self-esteem. Mm-hmm. And what needs to happen is the left hand, I forget what I used to call that, needs to turn around the other way too. And simply accept what their partner is doing. Accept that that's where they're at. They don't have to like it.
Right.
They just need to accept it and get on with their own life. Doesn't mean they're going to split up.
Right.
But it does mean that the back walking away usually at that point goes, whoa, she's not following me, and turns around and watches them and is available. Excuse me. I'm thinking about Ben and Jen, Ben Affleck and Jennifer Garner, and the new woman who's involved with Ben.
Okay, well, what's going on with them?
Well, okay, now I'm not their therapist.
Right.
So we're just going to talk about this as if it is. Jen, remember when we last talked about Jennifer, she had gone to New York to tell Ben's girlfriend that she wanted her to leave them alone, that he was the father of 2 children or 3 children, whatever they have. Whatever she said to the woman, I want you to leave him alone. And the woman said, no, I won't.
Right.
Bad move. It was a bad move on Jennifer's part. But she should not. That woman owes Jennifer nothing at all. And she needed to tell Ben, I want you to stop seeing her and work it out with me. And Ben would have said no.
Right.
I'm in love with someone else.
Right.
That's what's happened to that relationship.
And
they look happy. They were at the Emmys last night. I loved the Emmys last night. You probably didn't get to watch them, huh?
No, I didn't.
Oh, babe, you could have watched them on your computer. I'm telling you.
Could have. You're right. I didn't even think about it.
Yeah. So I'm not being mean judgmental. Although what I did say before was if Ben continues to drink, that he's going to be a problem in any relationship that he's in, drinking and gambling.
Okay.
Now look at Angelina and what's his name? I love him. What's
Oh, no.
his name?
Oh, gosh.
Come on, we know him really well.
We know him. Yeah, hold on. I'll have it here in a second.
I know you're looking. I love it.
Brad Pitt.
Brad. I knew it wasn't Ben. Now I read something that says that Brad moved back into his home.
Good.
He quit drinking.
Good.
Listen, quitting drinking, you guys, it just changes a person so much. You will be amazed at the new angel you are involved with if they give up booze and drugs and gambling, if that's a problem, and pornography, all the things we can think of that they're addicted to. Brad became a person who was available to be in a relationship as long as he was not drinking. See, and did he not look angelic and just like the best father in the world? And I'm sure Brad's saying, you guys, I'm sorry. I was a lousy dad to all of you, and I love you so much. And I want to be back here, and I promise you I won't drink anymore.
Yes.
Isn't that nice?
Yes.
And that's what happens when I'm not in their life. And Angelina, I hope, got some help too, because Angelina stayed with a drinking alcoholic for a long time. And her dad, I'll bet is or maybe is a drinking alcoholic as well. But she's not. She is a codependent. She is the person who was facing Brad as he was the back walking away because he could get away with it.
Right.
And then she finally said, no way, Buster. And she turned around and faced the other way. And she said, and you're out of here as well. And I'm sure he said, well, I'll have a good time. No, he missed his family and his wife. Isn't that nice?
Yes, it is.
It is. That's what happens. You guys, if you ever went to AA meetings, you would see just some of the happiest people in the world. They're wonderful people.
Wow.
Let's send you to meetings to meet a fellow. They're good people, and so are you.
Oh, thank you. Well, okay. I'll take you up on that. Because I've already been going, so. But it was hard for me. It was hard for me to get that back walking away, a visual.
Okay.
Visual. So that's why I appreciate you telling us, about Ben and Jennifer. And you have another example?
Oh, thousands of them.
Okay.
Well, I love these visions that you can have from these because they're so easy. They're so easy. Listen, thousands, of course. That's what relationships can be founded on. There is no intimacy. It's impossible in that relationship. And what about, how much longer do we have?
We have 9 more minutes.
9 minutes to talk about the inner child. Do you know what that means? That means we're going to do it tomorrow.
Right. Well, can we continue with this?
You wanted to talk about the back walking away, which I love. I'm going to love it more, though, when we go live on movies, when we become videos, I'm calling them movies. Listen, can we announce when we're going to be having videos and be on the podcast too?
We are trying to perfect that so that we can do both simultaneously.
Mm-hmm.
Yes. So
I don't know why we can't.
I don't know. For some reason, we're having sound difficulties.
You are, not me.
Oh, yeah.
I'm just playing with you. Okay, but you didn't say the date. Would you like to make an exciting announcement?
Well, I'll let you
Do-do.
make it. I'll do that. You make the announcement.
Let's see.
What's our projected date?
October the 1st. What day is October the 1st? Say it's on a Monday.
Well, we're going to look and see, and I think it is on a Sunday.
Sunday, October the 2nd.
October the 2nd. There we go. Okay. October the 2nd.
You're great. Okay. Yeah.
Okay. October the 2nd, we will be on video on YouTube.
We hope.
Hopefully. The sound all works and we can do both simultaneously. That's what we're hoping.
Yes. We'll be finding out whether it works or not.
Right.
That's just what we want to do.
And then we can see a visual of the back walking away.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, right. Lynn will be sitting here in her chair at her desk, or no, I'm going to be in my pink chair. I have a hot pink chair that I bought a long time ago to be doing this. And I'm going to be sitting here going, here's the back walking away, doot, 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 and here's his starved for intimacy mate.
Yes.
Yeah. And she, usually that's the she needs to quit. Okay. First of all, she's suffocating him. When you started talking about your sister and your brother-in-law, I thought, well, it sounded like she was being suffocated by him because whatever he did, he was close to her, but she liked it. So they had become intimate. They were both facing each other. Right? Yeah.
Correct.
How nice. They saved their marriage.
Yes, they did.
Oh, that's so wonderful.
And they continue today doing the same thing.
Oh, that's called intimacy. Have you told your sister how beautiful they are?
No, I haven't, but I need to.
Why?
Well, I cannot tell you how many people that I've used that example with, because when they came and visited, I realized what a dysfunctional relationship I had. I didn't realize how dysfunctional it was. I thought that I was not being suffocating. I realized that he was always going away, so I basically just started doing my own thing. So there was no intimacy at all. But I didn't realize the degree of dysfunction in my mind until I saw their relationship.
Okay, but why didn't you just say to your sister, it's just so great to watch the two of you be so deeply in love. Why didn't you just say that? I'm just curious.
I don't know. I think maybe I was, who knows? I don't really know.
Okay.
But I was awed by it later.
Inner child time.
Okay.
Put your little girl out. I'll show you tomorrow. I'm going to be doing inner child stuff tomorrow. I'm sorry, but Lee already knows how to do this. Lee, bring your little girl out and put her over there. Okay. Boy, this would be easier to do it too if we were on video. Okay, do you see her?
Yes, I see her.
Okay, what does she have on?
She has on, kind of like a Raggedy Ann outfit.
Oh.
I think it was like a white top tied at the top, at the neck, tied at the sleeves, and little bloomer-like things that are tied at the teeth.
Well, that's adorable.
Well, thank you. Pigtails, I guess.
Do you think she looks adorable?
Oh, yeah, she looks adorable.
Tell her.
You look so adorable. I love your little pants.
Now, ask her, Lee, how come she didn't tell her big sister, how nice it was to see her being close with her husband?
How come? Well, see, I want to ask you, how come you didn't tell your sister how nice it was to see her being close to her husband? I think you did, which is possible. I might have just said something about it, like how nice or something like that, and I just don't recall.
Okay.
Because it's been a lot of years ago.
Well, you could say it again to her. Ask your little girl if it would be okay with her do you ever talk to your sister?
She lives on another side of the United States, so
Yeah, do you guys talk on the phone?
not too much. She's pretty much traveling all the time and enjoying her marriage. She's pretty busy. They do a lot of stuff together.
Ask your little girl if it would be okay with her if you called her sister and told her how nice it was to watch the two of them when they were here being where you are.
Okay. I want to ask you, is it okay if I call your sister and tell her how nice it was to see her and her husband together when they were here visiting a long time ago? Yes. So that's the plan. I guess I'll do that. Guess I'll try to get a hold of her.
Okay, how does your little girl seem right now? Is she happy about this? Ask her that.
She is,
yes.
because I can see, yes, because she's she's up on something,
Okay.
kicking her legs back and forth, and she's like, she's smiling and
That's
bouncing.
nice. Now, we wouldn't have known because she said yes. Oh, okay. But is she happy about it? Good, Lee. Good.
Yes. She's happy.
All right. And if you were your sister, how would you feel about having your sister call and say it sure was good watching you and what's his name?
Your hubby.
Yeah, when you were here, it was just beautiful to see a couple that close.
Yes.
What's the yes? What?
Yes, it was. It was good to see that because I
tell her.
Wow.
And I'm so happy for you, sister, that you're so happy.
Yes.
That's called intimacy with those we love.
Oh, okay. Well, then
it isn't all about just being in a relationship. It's about maintaining closeness with our family members, with our close friends. And they need to hear. Maybe she has no idea that you saw how happy she was.
Yeah. It's just, wow. I mean, they might not have stayed together. Something happened. Something happened to change that.
Ask her what it was. Ask her what happened.
Yeah, I should ask.
I mean, you can. She can say, I'd rather not talk about it.
Right. Right.
And what that means is they had good sex.
If that's what she says.
Oh, let me tell you a rule I have. Listeners, this is such an important rule. Please, I don't care if your children are adults, do not talk to them about your sexual lives. Do not tell them what it's been like for you in bed. Please, please, please. That's a terrible thing for you to do.
Okay.
I'm not saying that to you, Lee. I'm saying that to everyone. We're seeing examples of that on TV. In the Give Advice people, they're saying, it's okay to do it. It's not. A child is a child. You're their parent. They don't need to know what you did in bed. Please don't tell them. And don't ask them what they're doing in bed. At one point, I needed to know because my daughter had been harmed when she was, I shouldn't have started this, and I hesitated, but at the same time, I I just wanted to know that she was okay. So I said, honey, look, I'm not asking you anything that I'm asking you to tell me what's going on or anything. But all I want to know is, are you okay? And she said, oh, Mom, you're so cute. This is a long time ago. Oh, Mom, you're so cute. Yes, I'm fine. Okay. And I didn't want to know another thing. That's all I needed.
Okay.
And that's as far as it should go between you and your children, mothers and fathers who are listening. There is nothing good about you telling them what your sex life has been like and asking them what theirs is like. That is not the kind of intimacy that needs to take place between a parent and a child.
I agree.
Good. I thought you would. But it came up when we were talking about it. I got to make this clear. It's a rule that I have.
Okay. It's a good rule.
Is it time for us to quit?
It sure is.
Oh.
So our surprise again. We are going to video soon, hopefully October 2nd.
Monday.
And you'll be able to find us on YouTube. Also, the podcast will still be going too. So now you'll have more ways to listen to us and to watch us.
Except there's a difference. We're going to go on the podcast. We're hampered on the podcast by a time constraint, which is a half an hour each time we do this. And on the video, we're going to go up to an hour, 45 minutes, however long. I would probably, if we were on the video right now, I wouldn't say you got to listen tomorrow. I would say, let's go ahead and go on with the inner child right now, because I'd have plenty of time to do that. So I'm looking forward to, but also we can quit it at half an hour too. We're going to go not over an hour, but we're going to go until 45 minutes, whatever, as long as it takes for Lee and I to feel finished, like we've done and said what we wanted to say.
Right.
Half an hour is kind of short sometimes.
And we always go over a half hour, just like we're doing right now. So.
Okay, I'm sorry. It's me who does it. She's being really nice. It's me who does this. Okay.
Well, listeners, write to us at itsalwaysaboutLove1@gmail.com. We will be back again tomorrow, Tuesday, Pacific Time, 5 p.m. So until tomorrow, remember, it's always about love. And we love you.
Yes, we do.
Yes, we do. Good night.